Hey everyone, welcome back to Descenders. I'm Insetic, with me again is Ramirez.
Hey, how's it going, everybody?
And today we're going to be heading into the Volcano. The Volcano is sort of the secret extra environment in Descenders.
The final boss, would you say?
I'm sorry, what?
The final boss, I would say.
Yeah. There's a bunch of achievements tied to getting to the Volcano and then completing it. And the way that you will get there is you will start a career session all the way back at the Highlands. And you will do each fire node track. You will do the fire node track in all four environments: Highlands, Forest, Canyon, Peaks, and you will go through the fire hoop on the boss jumps. You will know you went through the fire hoop by, well, obviously it looks like you did, but even if it was like, did I not, it'll show fireball as kind of a gap on the bottom.
Yep. And it's important to note, too, that you can still get the fire nodes, but if you don't get the fireball gap on every single one, you will not get to the volcano when you hit the peaks at the end.
Right. So I've shown off a fire node and a fire loop on the boss jump before in the main series. Again, the fire nodes are always maximum stats in all three: steepness, curve, stunts. And they definitely make things a lot harder than on the actual boss jumps. The canyon fire loop on the boss jump, to me, always seems too low. As you just noticed, when I finally got through it, I still hit kind of the lip.
Wow.
It was just luck that I got through. But then I'm showing that this is kind of interesting, and this is the only environment where it does it. Spawning the fire loop on the peaks boss jump changes the jump.
Yeah.
You don't jump up to the helicopter, you don't jump up to the floating ramp and then jump to the other side. Instead, it's a direct jump onto kind of the wooden ramp.
Yeah, and it's interesting about this one, too, is a lot of people actually say if you're trying to go for that golden run achievement for not crashing on anything, it's actually easier to do the fire node on this one, so you don't have to do the double jump from normal without the fire node.
Yeah, but if you've done all four fire nodes and gone through all four fire hoops on the boss jumps, your run will not end when you get to the finish line. You will select to continue and you will be sent to a new environment, sent to the volcano.
Yeah, and there's a very apt reason why some places in the game call this environment hell, because it really is.
Yeah. So the volcano is trickier than anything that came before it, not just because of the extremely rough ground that will, bail you on heavy drops faster than you might think, but then just also the complexity of the generation and just how rough of the environment that it can give you.
Yeah, this one's also a very interesting one too, because a lot of the environments, they try to make your path really smooth and kind of easy to ride on, but the volcano, they turn the generation up to 11 on this one, and they're like, hey, all that stuff about smoothing the path for you? Well, let's not do that anymore and see how well you like that.
Yeah, you will hit bumps along the way, just bumps in your way, and we'll notice once I complete this that just like the desert does in that Career Plus run, the volcano changes up the stats sort of, in that instead of stunts, you will see Tectonics as the third category.
Yeah, and if you have a track with really bad tectonics, the track will just be jagged as all hell, and you still have some situations where you have checkpoints on 90-degree slopes, and it just will destroy you if you get a really high tectonics one.
Yeah, and if you are going for a fire node volcano run, when you're getting crew members, half of the thought to me is trying to get some crew members to maybe reduce the danger of the volcano, like getting the one to smoothen out the curves, getting the yellow team member to reduce the obstacles off the path.
Yeah, that probably is a pretty helpful thing on this. The only thing I'm not sure about is if the stunts one will actually affect the tectonics itself, because I don't know if it's necessarily classified as the same thing.
Yeah, I have not played around with that. I have steered away from any yellow team crew members that can add steepness, add stunts. Really, when I think about, again, how to how to make the volcano a little more manageable in the generation. I think of the wider paths, smoothing out the curves, and again reducing what you find off of the track, because that can definitely make a difference here, where you come up to some blind drop and you slide down, and hey, if it's just baseline generation, there might be a bunch of jagged rocks that are going to crash you.
Yeah, it's really dangerous. Like the ones that increase your stats can kind of be a double-edged sword if you really think about it. Like, they'll help you get a lot of rep, but if you're going for that volcano run, it can really make or break a run if you end up getting really bad generation with your added stats that you added to your track.
Yeah. And I think, like, I am going to pick the fire node in Volcano for this run. I am going to do the, what does the achievement call it? Where you finish the correct way and do fire node even in the volcano and make it through the fire loop on that boss jump.
Oh, but, God, I cannot remember.
You're going to see what a 888 kind of generation looks like.
Yeah, I remember, actually, though, when I was doing a volcano run once, I had a Where's the Path on the fire node, and it was the most terrifying thing I have ever experienced in my life.
Oh my god, jeez. Yeah.
I think I might have lost, like, 10 lives trying to survive that thing.
I can only imagine. I do actually want to issue a correction. I don't think you can get Where's the Path in Career Plus mode either. I checked, I tried to just generate a free ride track, and that was not an option for the Career Plus environments either.
That makes me wonder what happens when you pick Arboreal then, because I've never actually picked that.
Again, you don't have sponsored tracks in Career Plus mode
that's
either.
right, you don't. I forgot about that.
Yeah, so the blue team guys to generate additional sponsored tracks and also prevent Storm and Where's the Path tracks might be useless in Career Plus. But Volcano falls under career mode rules, so you will find sponsored tracks. You will find Where's the Path, as Ramirez just attested to. I don't actually know what Storm looks like in the Volcano, but
if I remember correctly, I think I had it once, and like it's a really red, kind of hazy look to it. It's really hard to see though, because obviously it's a storm, but it was pretty rough going through it.
Yeah, and like I in the career mode videos, I talked up like getting a sponsored track, picking kinetic, getting a whole ton of rep. I will not do a kinetic track in the Volcano.
Yeah, no, that's a terrible idea.
Yeah, even when it's at like 0 tectonics, it's still jagged enough and bumpy enough to just like be more of a hassle than it's worth. And I really do have to restate that this is tough ground, and what's kind of gonna happen that you're not expecting is you're going to go off of a jump, and you're gonna be, about to land on a flat or an upslope, and you think, okay, I'll be able to survive this. I've survived things like it before. And you'll go to land, and you won't land. You'll crash. You'll crash something that you would have landed in any of the environments before. Yeah. Because it is just, tougher ground.
Yeah, something else I'd also mention too is because of how bumpy the ground is on the volcano, there are situations where you will just be riding and you'll suddenly lose control because you got like slight bits of air off of some of the bumps, which make it really hard to control.
Yeah. Another thing is that even though, think back to Desert. Do I save this? Yeah, if there were more stuff off track, I would not have saved that. But think back to Desert and how Desert never had any stunts because it didn't spawn any stunt ramps. Volcano does not have stunt ramps that it spawns. It does not have set pieces that it spawns. But the Tectonics still do apply to how many kind of bumps and stun opportunities you may get, but that means when it gives you something like do a double backflip or do a 720, where you'll need a lot of air, you really, unless you find the perfect moment, you won't really know where to go for that.
Yeah, and I mean, if you get to the volcano in your run, you are probably playing, super cautiously, because you just want to get out of the volcano as soon as you possibly can.
Yeah, unless you're, looking for the bonus level, the kids' room, which next video in the Descenders LP will be about those bonus levels.
Oh boy,
Or you're looking for the fire node in the volcano to do the ultimate run or whatever it's called.
Yeah, oh my god, this is already... Jesus Christ.
Yeah. But that's kind of like going back to that, oh, where do I do a 720? Where do I do a double backflip? It really is like, you kind of do in the other environments start to rely on seeing a big ramp generated to know, okay, that's where I'm going to get this done.
Yeah.
Whereas in the volcano, either you fly off something that gives you enough air and kind of trial and error, go, okay, let me try there, or see something that you think might work out and you just got to go for it even though it might not.
Yeah. Oh god, here's one of those giant slopes.
It's a pretty small hill, but yeah, like Ramirez and Zindictive can talk about, having to ride up like 90-degree incline hills to...
Yeah, I think one time when we were doing multiplayer in the volcano, we actually had one seed that generated where it was like a giant crater. Like you would go down like a huge hill into a crater, and then you had to just go instantly right back up, and you always like just like smash your head on the upside of the crater.
I think that was something where you and Zindictive were playing and on the same seed, because I do not remember this, but I do remember hearing you guys bitch about it. Zin more than you. A lot.
Yeah.
Over a Discord call.
Yeah, that was a real rough road, because I was like showing Zin the volcano, and he was just like, holy shit, this is ridiculous.
Yeah. So again, I don't believe I go into the kids' room in this run. No, this is just to show it off. But yeah. Okay, I'm going to show it off. I'm not going to confidently race down it and get 6,000 rep, but I did want to show it off.
Oh yeah.
And also, I believe the volcano as well, like nighttime on it is lighter than other night times.
It's pretty easy, mostly just because like the magma pools that you see on the ground. I think they actually do illuminate quite a bit and make it a lot easier to know where you're going on the volcano. And plus the fact like they have the entire like path lit with torches, which helps out a lot too.
Yeah. The torches are going to be kind of what tells you where the path is and what guides you. So I'd say, if you do get to the volcano and you need to play it safe, if you find tracks that are low steepness, that's the most dominating variable.
Yeah.
Because there are not ramp set pieces. For example, in the peaks, you can get something that's low stats and everything, but a 1 or 2 in stunts might still generate a really crappy set piece, like the jump over the burning ski tower. That's annoying to deal with. Whereas here, there are none of those set pieces. So again, if you get a flat track, but it's very curvy and has a lot of tectonics, that just means it'll be jagged. It'll pop you into the air every so often, but it won't give you big falls. So you'll make it through.
So something else to note too is that this is probably the environment that requires like the most off-roading, in my opinion. Because there will be some situations where you just straight up cannot get past certain things. Like if you have situations where it's like a sheer drop that you can't survive normally, or like a giant slope that you can't ride your bike up. So this one is really good for trying to, off-road a little bit and blaze your own trails, so to speak.
Yeah, there have been more times on the volcano probably where I've seen something like that and gone, okay, do I have to do this? Like, what's over there? And I'll just like turn to the left or turn to the right and kind of make my way down that side of the drop, because it's less problematic.
Oh.
But yeah, we're at the boss track, and, well, we've been riding around, I guess, in the area around the volcano, but here we go. We're gonna jump the volcano ourselves for the final boss.
Oh man, you gonna make it?
Not on the first one.
That's the way to go right there.
Yeah. My hand just reaches out and does a thumbs up as I sink in.
It's like in Terminator, falling into the...
Yeah. Yeah. So this is weird because it gives you so much speed and so much run up that often I found with the basic, with the default I was about to say third person camera, as you see, your guy gets smaller as it shows, you're going faster, and then the camera will zoom in more, and really kind of throw you off. So I've actually found, like, if you're having trouble with the default camera, go first person, and that might help you out.
Yeah, first person actually is surprisingly helpful in this game. I mean, it's not really super helpful for trying to do tricks, but in a lot of situations where you're not having difficulty like controlling and stuff, first person is very helpful.
Right. So, for getting through the volcano and for doing the boss jump on that, it will give you a 20,000 rep bonus. Instead of, starting from Highlands, going to Peaks, going all the way there, that gives you a 10,000. Doing a Fire Node run, going to Volcano, and doing all of that gives you a 20,000 rep bonus. And, well, since you've had to do the Fire Node courses along the way and probably had to do more otherwise, yeah, that'll give you some good rep to get up and hopefully unlock an extraordinary.
Yeah, you also got a pretty cool bike on that one too.
Like I said, you'll also get like 2 or 3 achievements along the way for getting to Volcano and such. Yeah, got a nice little community bike. So that was the Fire Node run into the Volcano, kind of the secret environment, and next time on Descenders we'll show off the bonus levels that you can unlock by finding them in the main environments. I'm kind of trying to think what else after that. That's sort of the last new thing that's, in single player to show off. Maybe I could try and organize like a multiplayer session or something to cap this coverage off, but...
Sounds like a plan to me.
Yeah, I'll think about that. So we've got the bonus levels video next, so I'll see you then.